Welcome to part 3. Let's start in downward facing dog.
In downward facing dog, lift your right leg behind you, bend the knee, stack at the hips. Good. Bring the knee across to the left elbow this time, and then straighten out your right leg, release the leg to the floor. Good. Stack your shoulders, reach your left arm to the sky. Good. See if you can bring the hips higher to the sky here. Take one more breath. We're going to come to seated, so slowly melt your hips all the way down to the floor so you can face towards the back corner of the room. So let yourself come all the way down. Yep. And then find yourself looking towards the back corner of the room. Adjust your legs so that you can come to wide straddle. So let them keep facing towards the back of the room. Yep, stay there. Stay there, you guys. I know it's kind of weird. Stay there. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms nice and high. And exhale, hinge from the hips, come to a deeper forward fold. Pause for a moment here. Using the palms, you can either place the palms onto the floor or you can grab hold of your big toes, depending on where you're at with hip opening. Just let the breath melt you guys closer to the ground. Good. A couple more breaths. Good. We're going to come out of this as we got into it. So slowly bring your torso upright position. Take your right palm and place it behind you onto the mat again. And then pump your hips off the floor where we all started, lifting your left arm to the sky. So re-pump. Yep. And then slowly find yourself coming back into that plank. We plant the left palm. Good. Step your foot back. Draw your right leg all the way to the sky again. Bend at the knee, stack at the hips. And come to your pigeon pose. So bring the knee behind the right wrist, adjust the hips, make sure that that left leg is nice and straight, release the toes behind you. Good, and if you can straighten out your foot first, so it's not curling in, that left foot, yes, perfect. And then everybody melt yourselves forward. Now because we did some shoulder openings, maybe we're going to take that left shoulder and bring that left shoulder all the way across. Left shoulder all the way across. And then bring your right forearm to the center of your mat so you can bring the forehead right over your forearm to rest. Good, hold here. And just loves the balls. You can use the balls to place your face on the balls, I suppose. I haven't even thought about that. Ball on your forehead, okay. Sure. Quote unquote head rest. Let's take one more breath. Okay, so using the palms for support, slowly lift yourselves back up. Good. Let's go ahead and sink onto your right thigh. Come to seated and swing your left leg all the way across. And then moving on to seated twist. Good. Stacking your foot, plant that left foot firmly to the floor first, and then bring that left palm behind you for support. Follow the breath, inhale, open up that right shoulder, and as you exhale, take a deep twist here. Elbow to the outer left thigh, pause for a moment. Good. Make any necessary adjustments here where you feel like your hips are grounded, your spine is tall, and your belly is still active and drawn in. Good. Let's a couple more breaths. Let's make this nice and interesting. Transition yourself to opposite direction. So stay in the seat and counter twist. Open up towards the right. Good. And hold here for just a couple of breaths. We're going to transition to the back of the mat, so plant your palms, step up on your left foot, and lift to downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna do that sequence onto the left side. So as you inhale, left leg lifts, bend at the knee, stack at the hips. And then bring your knee to the right elbow. So you can straighten out the leg, plant it down to the floor, and open up for starfish. Open up. Good. Pump the hips higher to the sky. And then slowly melt the hips all the way down to the floor and come to seated wide straddle. Good, so pause for a moment here. Take a deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, allow yourself to dive forward. Good. Again, choices here is to just use the palms for support, to hinge deeper into the fold, or grab hold of your big toes. Just making sure that your spine is still active here and your spine is nice and long. Tucking the chin for a couple more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, bring the torso in upright position. And then place the left palm behind you again. We're going to work our way towards back to that plank pose. So when you're ready, use the palms to lift your hips. And then bring that right arm all the way back towards the mat. Adjust your legs so that you can pick up that left leg. Swing it all the way back behind you again. Bend at the knee, stack the hips. Good. And then transition to pigeon pose. Knee behind left elbow. Good. Adjust, adjust. And then because we did that shoulder roll, go ahead and bring that right shoulder across first. Use the left forearm to support the forehead.
Oh, I don't.
Oh no, you don't have your ball, Anna.
I don't have a ball.
Make a fist, Anna. Make a fist on the left. There you go. Now we're fisting instead of using balls. I love this class. Good. Just really let your belly rest. Now keep the belly engaged. Slowly lift yourselves high. Good. Begin to melt onto your left thigh, left hip. Swing your right leg all the way around so you can prep for your seated pose. So in the seated twist here, planting the right foot flat to the floor, use the right palm to support. Inhale, lift your left arm, open up the shoulder. And as you exhale, take a twist to the right. Elbow now comes to the outside of the thigh. So feel the hips ground. Feel the spine lengthen in this twist. And feel the obliques just kind of draw the energy inward. Good. And then let's take our counter twist. Stay in the seat and then go ahead and open up towards the opposite direction. And we're going to transition ourselves back to that downward facing dog. So plant the palms, step up on your right foot, pick up your hips, and then swing yourselves back around to face downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, bend your knees, look up again as you inhale. Exhale, lightly step or hop to seated towards the top of the mat. It's nice and slow. Good. As you lengthen the legs towards the top of the mat, inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, hinging forward again. One more final forward fold. All the way forward, grabbing hold of your feet, your toes. As you grab your feet, let's take another breath. Inhale, look up. And as you exhale, guide it forward. You could always use the balls, sure, Anna. You could take the balls and place the balls in your wrist over the toes this time. Kind of like let them hover. Let them hover over your feet. Over your feet, over the toes. That'll allow your wrist to open the opposite direction. Yep. Nice work, you guys. Belly is still nice and engaged here. Releasing the balls, allow yourself now to come to an upright position. Good. Release the arms towards the front for a moment. Take a deep breath, inhale. Now tucking the chin, I want you guys to roll back one vertebra at a time so we can make our way down onto the floor, onto the back, making our way towards Shavasana. Good. Before we come into Shavasana, let's do another twist here. With the arms released, a good letter T. Float the legs to the sky, bend at the knees, stacking right thigh over the left first. Go ahead and hop your hips to the right side of your mat, melt the knees across to the left. Boom. Nice. As you touch down to the floor, pin the right shoulder down and turn your chin to face towards the right side of the room. Hold it here for a good 3 silky breaths. Pressing onto your palms, lift the hips, your legs up back to center and switch sides. So unstack and restack, left goes over the right. Move the hips to the left side of the mat and exhale to melt your knees all the way to the right. And as soon as you touch down with the legs, pin now your left shoulder to the floor. And turn your chin, cheek to face towards the left side of the room. And then find yourself coming all the way back at the center. Unstacking the legs, we're close to the finish line. Come to your happy baby. Whatever variation speaks to you. I just ask that you feel your sacrum plant to the floor. And then as much as you can bend the knees and open the hips, maybe you rock yourself side to side, a little bit of options here. If you guys want, you can always grab hold of the big toes to extend one leg out. Switch sides, extend the other leg. Straighten out both knees is an option, your choice. And then release your grip, release the legs all the way to the sky. Take another sip of air, inhale here. Now bending at the knees, plant your feet down onto the floor. Stay with the knees bent, feet are grounded. Adjust your legs so that the legs are good hip distance apart. And then let yourself kind of just swish around, swishing around here. I want to start our final destination to Shavasana with Ardha Shavasana, meaning halfway there. So keeping the knees bent, keep your feet flat. Take your palms, wrap them opposite shoulders. And then tuck your chin, pick up your shoulders, curl yourself into a ball towards the thighs first. Keep your feet grounded. And then allow yourself to melt the shoulders back. Release your grip, release your palms, palms open to the sky. Close your eyes. Good. Stay here for a moment here. With the knees bent, feet are flat. This now allows the sacrum to connect to the floor without your core pumping it down. Allow yourself a moment to just come back to that breath. Come back to your normal breath. And if you want, you can straighten out one leg at a time so you can come to your full final Shavasana resting pose. So as you close your eyes, as you let yourself melt back down onto the floor, allow yourself a moment here to just enjoy this sensation that's going through the body right now. Enjoy this resting pose, and we're going to come out of this in a few minutes. Let's deepen our breath. Add movement back into your bodies. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. We'll begin to circle your wrists, elbows, your feet and ankles one direction. Roll them the opposite direction. Keep your eyes closed and hug your knees into the chest. Give yourselves a nice tight squeeze here. Let all the air out. And then extend your arms and legs away from each other. Pull yourself like taffy here. And maybe give yourself gentle stretch, morning stretch, side to side. And then bending at the knees, roll yourselves over to the right side of your mats. Come to a nice little fetal position. Just for a moment, let your face rest onto your bicep. And with the eyes closed, use your palms for support. Come up to a comfortable seated position, back onto the top of the mats. I thank you guys so much for being my friends first and foremost, and always trusting me with the fun way to practice yoga. I hope you guys have an amazing morning. Thank you so much again for spending the morning with me. Let's take a group breath together. Inhale the arms all the way up. And bring the palms together right over the heart. I want to dedicate this class to all of you sexy 50-year-olds out there. We hope you enjoy the practice with us. Namaste, you guys.
Namaste.
Yes. That's awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Again, this is Anna, this is Tom and Linda, my hot supermodels.
We only learned from you.